What is going on, everybody? Back on at Berserk Manga chapter 76 and 77. So this, I think, should be Monday's upload. I had a lot of free time uh these last 2 days, so you guys haven't even seen Friday's upload, which is chapters 72 and 73, I think. So I have no comments, no insight from the previous two videos before this video. Given these chapters are like the eclipse, I would assume that you guys are going to hit the Friday like goal. So this should probably be Monday's video and not next Friday's video. I had somebody say, why don't you try doing uploads for one weekend, like just one whole weekend? Maybe we'll do that. You guys let me know in this comment section. So what would that be? Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So that'd be 2, 4, 6, 8. The thing is, it could be a while. It could be the 300. You guys need to come to a consensus. Maybe we'll do it for like a Christmas gift from me to you, a New Year gift from me to you, something like that. What's the 8 best just back to back to back chapters is right now? And granted, if you guys say it's like in the 200s, 300s, that could be years from now that we get to that on the channel, so I don't want to wait that long. But if it's like right now, if like something in the 80s or 90s is like that, give me the best 8 chapters. I'll put a like goal for every day, and if you guys hit it, we'll upload Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I don't know when that's going to be. If there's even 8 chapters in a row that are just banger after banger, you guys can kind of come to a decision on that. Maybe we'll do like 200 likes, 150, 100, and then just upload. We'll play around with it and see how it goes. So you guys haven't seen the last 4 chapters worth of videos, so I don't want to repeat what I've said, because I don't have any clarification from you guys. Right here you see it on the first page, them talking about a precious sacrifice so that he may become a demon. I've been bringing it up for a little bit now. I think for maybe within the last 10 chapters, and we really talked about it a lot in last video. I'm almost positive his sacrifice is going to be Casca, simply because as a viewer, and they kind of have like the Star Wars thing going on, where we got like current timeline, then flashback to past timeline, and then syncing up. We know Guts is alive as a viewer. So that would assume to me that his precious sacrifice that he chooses is Casca. Now, Guts also has a sacrifice mark on him as well. So I posed the question, does every time a demon needs something, or maybe every time a demon needs to, if a demon's on the brink of death, can they then sacrifice something to cheat death and get their life back, their demonic life back? Can you sacrifice anything for anything you might want? I'm curious, kind of like, what do the sacrifices signify after you've become a demon? Because it seems to be clear to me, whether it's God Hand, Apostle, or just lower level demon, that you have to sacrifice something. But we've also seen that even though we've seen some demons and apostles that have already sacrificed something, they seem to also have people close to them that are human that have a sacrifice marking on them. And I think we saw that a little bit with the Count. Wasn't the Count begging them to kill Guts? Or something along those lines? And they said, sure, your sacrifice is right here, sacrifice her and we'll do it. And he didn't do it. So maybe it could be anything from just like a simple act you want done. Maybe they could save your life. Like right there, if Griffith was able to call them for Wild, could he have sacrificed something to not die there? I don't know. I say all that to say because we saw the Count sacrifice his wife, and Teresa had a mark on her. We see, which I think Guts is going to sacrifice. Griffith is going to sacrifice Casca, and Guts has a mark on him as well. Maybe if there's anything that's outside the realm of what you're able to do, and you want it done, then you give a sacrifice up. I'm curious, what happens if you don't have anything to sacrifice? I don't know if that's ever a thing. Maybe destiny is written to the point of like the people that are chosen to be God hands and apostles are chosen because they do have things to sacrifice. If Griffith was just running around alone, just some rogue mercenary, you know, or maybe how Guts is in the current timeline. He doesn't have Casca. For all I know, everybody else is dead. They're going to get eaten at this damn night festival. What if Guts had the choice to become one? He doesn't have anything to sacrifice. Nothing close to him, nothing that he loves, so I don't know how that works, but maybe it's like you can only be chosen if you have something to give up. I don't know, regardless, we've been talking for 5 minutes. These are going to be some wild chapters here. Let's press play on that. Lower that a little bit. It's not so loud in our head. Get this going here. Mic is on. Mic is on. Recording on. Yeah, and I pretty much call it, they've got some, so every 261 odd years, they have this, like, night festival, which is like an amusement park for demons, where I guess they just... Is it in a specific area, or is it, like, do they engulf the world? Because it's like, how do humans... Well, I mean, 260 years, what humans are still going to be open to tell the tale of what happened 260 years ago. I guess that makes sense. Now I'm curious... At every eclipse in every 261 years, has there been a god hand appointed? Or this eclipse just happens to be special? I don't know. Let's go ahead and do it. Chapter 76, you guys see my cursor. And the world is like currently being engulfed. Purchase sacrifice so that he may become a demon. And does Griffith like really give into this? Does he try to resist it? Can he not resist it? I don't know. Demon, a sacrifice. From the moment you took possession of that crimson behelit, you had the qualities to become a demon. From the moment you took possession. But it came to him by chance. But did it? I don't know. Look at this shit. No, perhaps I should say that because you had those okay. A little bit of clarifications. So somebody saw something within him, and therefore it came to be in his possession. Who saw those? What are those qualities? Just because he has dreams? I mean, everyone's got dreams. Fucking Corcus and what's her name wants to open a bread factory or whatever. He's got dreams. I don't know what the things, what the qualities are that are classified to make you a good candidate. That you used the Behelit to summon us is evidence that you are qualified to be our kinsman. Did he know what he was doing though, or did it just happen? I don't. To me, it didn't look like he was purposely trying to summon. Shit just happened. After all the apostles gathered here used Behelists to obtain their proper form. These are all apostles. So these aren't lower level. There's that many apostles out there? Yes, I'm thinking the same thing. You don't mean all of them at any moment? Jesus. I thought they were lower level demons. I mean, even current timeline Guts. I don't even know if current time. I mean, I'm sure current timeline Guts is physically stronger. But I would think current timeline Guts would really like to go back and have an eye and a hand. Regardless, this Guts, current timeline Guts, is barely, and I mean by the skin of his teeth, maybe he's got destiny saving him, is barely getting by these apostles. You could never take two at once. I thought they were more rare than that. I think I brought that up last chapter. I don't know how rare they are, or we seem to be running into them all, but they're just out there like that? Is that all there is? Is there no lower level demon? Because didn't we see, I think maybe that was just a graveyard incident in those first handful of chapters. Remember we got picked up by that old man and his daughter? When those demons came after us, was that because we were in a graveyard and like those souls were coming up attacking us? I think that's all that was. Maybe there are no lower level demons and you guys can let me know. Is it strictly just apostles? If you want this life, you have to sacrifice and then you can have wild and Azad life? And I'm curious, is there like different powers to apostles? Or some ranked higher than others? Do some have more say? How do you even know everybody? Like, I'm curious how these two knew each other, but there's hundreds out there. Oh, man. And all of them had to have come into possession of a Behelit, no? I don't know. Furthermore, the behealer you hold is no ordinary. Only one who can be reborn as one of us, the guardian angels of the God Hand, receives it. The crimson, the egg of the king. So who is the king? You know what's wild? It's not just like Guts and Griffith stuck in some kind of vortex hearing all this information themselves. Everybody is hearing this information. And the rest of you are invaluable sacrifices. For the angelic advent. Gorkus, this might be your last. I mean, we might as well chuckle while we can with Gorkus on screen because I don't think he has much longer left. You know what's wild is, like, we've only scrolled through a handful of pages. There's a lot here just in these couple word bubbles. I could spend an hour talking about. We could be here for a while, but I'm going to try to keep it moving. We are, yeah, I think sacrifices are things that are precious and close. No, I think that's the understanding we've been given. So you're telling me, you guys can't see the double panel, but all this here, you guys should be able to see my cursor. This guy here, and this, and that, and this, and this, and this, and that. They all have like wild and Zod level transformations. So are you telling me, I guess it was, when that Dark Elf and the Count and everything showed up, I don't know, 5, 6, 7, 10 chapters ago, we knew the Count is, they were all apostles? What do they get, what do the apostles get out of, I don't understand what they get out of, like, feeding. They don't have to feed on things or humans to survive, do they? I mean, that hasn't been clarified or not, but we don't know if Wild was, but Wild was held prisoner for who even knows how long, and I don't know if they slowly, I don't know if that's a requirement or what. Oh, too good though. There was but one word to describe it. I mean, it's over. Oh, fuck. They did all transform. That's gotta feel so, like... I guess the word is despair. There's really nothing used to describe this. Because it really is like, and I keep harping back to Attack on Titan, because that's the only thing I can really think about where, like, one race feels so hopeless against something else that, like, you don't understand or have information on. And I'm sure as we go in these chapters and we get into, like, the hundreds, the 200s, and we get towards the end, maybe Guts and whoever he might align himself with will have a better understanding of how to combat these things, maybe how to weaken them, how to take them down, whatever. And that's why I kind of related to Attack on Titan. So spoilers, I'll give you like 3 seconds to cover your ears if you haven't. Like in the beginning, it's just despair. Like we can't... What are a bunch of scouts on horseback with some ODM gear and some blades gonna do in the very beginning when the damn Colossal shows up and fucking the Armored and the Beast and everything shows up, like, and they're summoning 100 Titans at once? We're not equipped for this. And like, it's so like, yay, we did it. Like, they're all so cheerful and happy when they were able to take down, or when Guts was able to take down Wild, but like, that took everything. What the hell are we gonna do here? The only thing I could see is, and I don't know if he would do that, maybe Griffith sacrificed Casca but chooses to save his friends? Like, chooses to, like, since he's elevated to that God Hand status, can he command apostles, like, you take a seat? And then I'm curious, like, what's the ranking of the God Hands? Are they all on equal footing? Could they even kill each other if they wanted to? I don't know. I don't even know how you kill a God Hand, but this is not good. Some of these designs are crazy, though. Absolutely crazy. I like this, like, winged, whatever the hell that is. One of these, you're gonna turn Griffith into one of these monsters in exchange for our lives? Not quite. What? Not quite. What will do that is his will. he will offer all of you as a sacrifice. All of us? And it seems like he doesn't have a choice. Oh wow, the God Hand soundtrack just started playing. What choice do I have? She already knows. And then like, and what's so wild with like the Destiny thing is like when that stuff's being said, you start second guessing yourself. You're like, would I do that? Why would I do that? I would never do that. Why would I? But if I did, what would be the reason? And it's just... I like how Guts really like hit him with that. Like, look at the look on his face. Like, you're gonna choose to do that? Like, you would never, right? And she's like, he doesn't really have a choice. That ain't possible. It ain't. All lies within the currents of causality. Oh, God. Causality is such a wild, like, Matrix level thought process of, like, cause and effect. Causality that got us to this point. I mean, you could really trace it way back. How we really got here was Corcus deciding to try to be a badass, getting his group of gangs to come at us way back then and attack Guts and get their asses beat, which then led to Griffith fighting us, which then led to us losing, which then led to us coming in, and you know the train of events of Midland and Purple Rhino Dolphin people leaders. But if you want to talk about a specific one, what led us to this point was Guts leaving. Griffith's choice to go to Charlotte, getting his ass locked up, and I don't know. What was the cause? What are we saying the causality is here? Everything has been determined. All of your lives have been spun into this sacred point in time, the eclipse. I mean, yeah, so I'm saying, like, someone's pulling the strings to everyone's life and destiny, so nobody here really ever had a choice. Even if you thought you had a choice, it was probably an illusion. Like, if all road signs, and I brought this up last chapter, if all road signs lead to the same destination, does it matter? Did I really ever have free choice? It was just the illusion that I had choice. The time is now at hand for us to perform the invocation of doom. God. Everything has been determined, all of your lives. Bring the child to the altar. Oh, Jesus. Some of the horses are good, yeah. Guts, Griffith. Are you telling me that... I don't think... I think the only thing I want, which is why I'm bringing it up, are Casca and Guts never going to get their moment? Like, before she's sacrificed? God, that's going to hurt. That's going to destroy him. And he's hanging on to him at this time, too. Is he slip? No, shot, he's falling. Oh, no. I was just about to make a comment, like, he's going to be up there and everything while this is going down, but no. I'm curious, so how does Guts get out of this? Wow, look at, like, you see, like, these souls? Now, what's the difference between these, like, souls and faces and everything we see here? As opposed to, like, the apostles. Are these just damned souls here? Maybe failed, like, killed apostles that are stuck in, like, the eternity of hell or whatever? Hope we don't just, like, pull this man's arm out of socket. Oh, wow. I mean, there seems to be care. You know what's wild is, like, even though we still never really got that Griffith background. Snatch that behelit while you got a chance. Damn, he's falling. Like, are these even physical? I mean, I guess he's drawing blood. Like, is that even really there? Unless it's being used for a purpose? Holy shit. It turned into a hand. Damn. I guess one for every finger, huh? Only need one left. Well, If it's not this next chapter, it's gonna get pretty damn close where like everything hits the fan. Shit gonna get pretty bad. Well, that's a pretty wild shot right here. It looks like the eclipse is like a pupil, and this is an eye. Like everything forming around is making it look like an eye, like a demon god is like peeking through that or something. Like, we never signed up for this shit, by the way. How can you believe what you're seeing? Jesus. Look at, I mean, this is a reckoning day. Look at this shit. Look at these apostles. Like, there's hundreds of them just out here. Fully, like, leveled up. Like, they're at level 3. Frieza transformation and shit. Like, what is that? There's no hope here. There's nothing. I was hoping to see Zod at this. Guts, Griffith, Invocation of Doom. Invocation. Oh, so we're just gonna say that as you surround us, huh? Is he trying to climb back up, or what's going on here? Griffith, yeah, I mean, he's got to come take his spot. There's only one spot left. I would love to see this. I said this last chapter, I think, in last video. I would love to see this animated. I think I've had people tell me it's like a late 90s anime. I would and I don't know if there's you guys can let me know. Are there any plans to get like a re-animated? I would love to see like current graphics and stuff like that with some of these panels animated. That'd be wild. Like, I'm curious if the 97, I think it's 97, if it hits, like it does justice enough. Are you afraid, one such as yourself, of extraordinary beings such as us, or perhaps of the future you will follow? Before we enter the future, let's return once to the foundation of your past, then you shall know what it is you are. Oh, finally, I was just about to say, how are you just going to take him off to God hand status? I still, like, I have no connect, I feel nothing for Griffith, like zero. So, unless you give me something, he just seems to be like an opposing force at this point. This is not an illusion, it is the reality within your conscious realm, materialized within this dimensional plane. Okay. Is everybody seeing this or just us? Did everyone go home already? But we said we'd go see the castle today. Oh well, I'll go alone. Say what? That's funny. Am I lost? Hello, ma'am. Which way is the castle? Yes, boy. Your friend said they'd wait for you here. Thanks. Pitch black? This is a weird place. I can't see anything. Hey, somebody. Where do these bodies come from? The hell is this shit? I mean, what? He did say, where is everybody? Was everybody just massacred? What a noisy child. What on earth are you fussing over? Old lady, it's terrible. They're dead. I knew that from the start. You knew, how could you? You knew and you lied to me? Was it a lie? This is the only road to that castle. There weren't any others. This is? I suppose those who wish to reach the castle must trample over people who have fallen here. Otherwise, all that will happen is you will end up as one of them. Look, even your friend did. What? Are you going to go to that castle to become king? That's amazing. I want to become a knight, see? Hey, take me along with you and I'll give you this. I really want to serve as a knight under you. Come on, I'll try real hard. Is that okay? No, it's not. Why not? Forget it. I can't. I mean, you're already dead. Why not take us along with you? What the hell is going on here? I want to fight beside you. We're counting on your dream. We're sure we can fight to the castle if you're with us. Receive our swords. We wish to see the kingdom you'll build. I mean, these are like fallen hawks, no? Let us fight and serve. Your standard? No, I won't do it. I can't take you with me. Because you're dead, you're not alive anymore, so you'll never reach that castle? Can't take you with me, I just can't. Sorry, I'm sorry, my, what a child to say those things so easily to his friends. After all, aren't you the one who did this? To all of them? Well, aren't you? You brought them all so far. If only you'd never said you were going there, none of this would happen. I feel like we're talking about like current stuff, but we're seeing like it in his kid form. Like all these bodies and everything, are they representing everything that he's about to sacrifice and maybe all the bodies he's killed over time? But we're seeing it in his kid form, and maybe at his kid, there was something about him as a kid that he wanted to be a king. He had a dream of getting to a castle and sought that dream out. I don't know, because this is clearly a hawk symbol, no? On this flag? This almost looks like judo or somebody we would recognize in these. Huh. No, I never forced anyone to come along. Well, what a thing to say. Just whose help do you think allowed you to get this far? Listen, the road by which you've come was laid entirely by those boys' corpses. All the boys that died along the way? This isn't all of it. You were able to come this far thanks also to the corpses they added for you. Yeah. But what? If you want to go all the way to the castle, you have to pile up many, many corpses. What's wrong? Are you afraid now? Do you want to turn back? You mustn't. Don't think that way. Bro, we're like, are you playing with my mind? Bro, what is happening right now? If you do that, this time you will become one of these corpses. See, look at your own arms and legs. Now, this makes me think of like, we're talking about look at us currently. Like, this is the current status of his arms and legs. Arms and legs. You foolish child, if you're going to regret it, you shouldn't even have come here. This is not so nice a place. Why couldn't you have been satisfied just gazing at the castle from the back alleys? Why not just gaze at the castle? I don't know why. Be quiet, you should have known. To come this far, you should have known what kind of place this was. I knew? Did I know what kind of place this was? Right? I did know. I knew, and I walked. Walked on everyone's corpses to get here. Now of all times, what's with that? Ain't this part of the path to your dream? Oh god. You believe that, don't you? What's with that? What's with that? Now of all times? Now pile them up. It's still not too late. Before you become one of them, pile up corpses. There's nothing else you can do. Yes. What good is regretting now? What can I say to the dead now? What good is repenting my sins now? Well, now he's making it seem like it's too far, like there is no way to go back. But I feel like, do you see this like, he was talking about old lady, is this not one of the god hands? Like, is this not both of them? Is this not both of them stacked up on top of each other? That's what I'm saying, like, this is being shown to him in a way where there is no other option. Like, I would love to see, like, in this moment here, if, like, Casca or Guts had been able to, like, intervene and talk about showing a different path. I don't know. I can't so much as apologize. This is the path I've traveled to get what I wanted. I can't apologize. No, I won't apologize. If I apologize, if I repent, everything will come to an end. I'll never get to reach that place. Ah, God. Yes, that is you. So, I'm curious. What we just saw, I mean, that's not taken in a literal sense that, like, there was a time of him as a child. He never, like, experienced that as a child, right? They're just using him being represented as a child to show that, like, that was your dream, and look what you've done to, like, reach that dream. Like, all these bodies you are the ones he's killed, the people that have killed for him, and... But it's so weird to see that, like, when you show us the two God Hands here, are they just happen to be here because they're the ones telling the story, or are they here because they're on a manipulating level? Yes, that is you. There's a lot going on here in this 77 of, like, kind of how you want to look at that and interpret that. What is it that God Hand said at the very, very beginning? How was that being shown? Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. This is not an illusion. Let's return once to the foundation of your past before we enter the future. Then you shall know what it is you are. Now, I take that as, like, foundation of his past, that, like, something that drove him, like, he had a goal of reaching a castle, or he wanted to become king, or whatever that reason was. We never got the why, though. Like, why was he striving for that? It is not an illusion, it is the reality within your conscious realm. Like, a foundational piece that I think that is true to Griffith is him wanting to reach that. And he almost did. Like I said, I think if everything would have stayed perfect, that he would have gotten married to Charlotte, and they probably would have ruled together, and, you know, that would have been that. Now, when this God Hand says the reality within your conscious realm, are we getting, like, a child flashback, but showing the reality of, like, this is the dream, this is what you said you wanted, right? Well, look what you have sacrificed. Like, I feel like it's showing, I'm looking at my life of, like, what I want to reach, and it's showing me what I've done since that point to get there. And maybe there was a point here where, like, he could have, like, made a decision. Not, like, I don't know if time is happening all at once, like, type thing. Is time a flat... It's kind of like, well, I've sacrificed all this. What would it wouldn't have been worth it to sacrifice all these dead bodies if I stop now. Let me not make their deaths in vain. Let me keep going. So it kind of hints at me, like, I'm curious, like, as the story goes, like, really goes, like, when we get towards the end, will he be that hard fast in his decision? I feel like it's setting up for a moment for, like, Griffith to change his ways, maybe, at the end. Is that breaking out of free will and making that... I don't know, that's way down the line. Like, I'm curious if... Because we've seen apostles still have, like, those connections to, like, daughters and things like that, like God Hands. Are you conscious of a life before this? Can you stop? Can you overthrow? Can you no longer be? I don't know, a lot of questions there. I don't want to dive in too deep. We're coming up on, like, 35 minutes. I could go for, like, another 10-20 minutes of just putting everything together, but I feel like we're so close to maybe getting more information that I don't want to spend 20 minutes deep diving. Just to get it within, like, the first couple pages. Just to get it within the first couple pages of, like, the next chapter or something like that. I mean, it's all hopeless. 76, chapter 76 put things on a scale that was, like, so hopeless that, like, it's out of our hands type thing. Is how I interpreted it. Like, there's no more human intervention. Like, I feel like even if we yelled to him or Casca or Gut said something, I feel like that might be too late. And just all the, like, just the fields of the apostles, it's a lot. So we'll see again, the same God Hand made a comment similar to the Zod comment and what I've kind of been harping at. When the God Hand first said it, I was like, oh, okay. Maybe, and then reverted and said, no, well, actually, it was already written this way because of those qualifications or personality or whatever, so I don't know. And then the causality, it's like, where do you, at what point in the causality are we talking about here? Are we talking about that moment right there? That moment that Griffith as a kid decided that he wanted to reach the castle, and what it depends what that castle is to him. Is it a literal castle, like he wants to be a king sitting on a throne and ruling? That's what a castle to him is. Or maybe everybody else, it's just interpreted differently. Maybe everybody has a dream of like a castle, but that represents something different. I don't know. But is that the causality effect? As soon as he made that decision as a kid that that's what he wanted to reach, it was just doomed from then. Like, did they already know that he would be willing to give up everything to get that, like sacrificing the bodies? And a lot of people have died for him. He's also killed a lot as well. And it's looking like he's spoilers for like Hunter x Hunter. He's flipping that like Gon versus Pito switch, like screw it. I've already come this far. I've been through so much, and this was my dream, and everything that's I've sacrificed. What does it matter at this point? Let me make it actually worth it. All those deaths, the people that I sent out to battle died for, and everybody I've killed, and everybody that will be killed. Let me at least, you know, not make it all for naught. And he's just gonna flip that switch and give it. We'll see. So it's a lot going on here. I'm gonna hold off on video. Well, this should be Monday's video, so we'll have a good week to kind of let you guys spam comments, and we can get clarifications on things that aren't spoilers, and maybe that'll help shape Friday's reaction a little bit better. And I mean, I feel like by next weekend, like deaths are going to be happening, like Hawk deaths. If Casca makes it to next Monday, I'll be shocked. And man, that's going to be rough for Guts. See how it goes. We'll go ahead and leave it there. Appreciate it, everybody. Like, share, favorite, subscribe as always.